Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead 215. I am outside here. It is technically the second day of spring. I'm ready to get in my garden more and really been excited to set this up. I got this as a Christmas gift this year and I wanted to show it to you guys and also just kind of walk through how I'm going to set it up. This is a Greenstalk planter. I'm not associated with them or affiliated with them in any way. I just got this as a gift, so I'm excited to put it together. But I've heard great things about their planters, so I will keep you guys updated on how it's going throughout the season. But thought I'd just let you walk through this process with me of putting it together. And if you don't have a Greenstalk, they're a little pricey, but you can get some good deals sometimes. But if you don't have access to a Greenstalk planter because of the cost, there are some more affordable methods. I've seen planters like this at your dollar store before. They may not be quite so deep, but you can stack some planters on top of each other to make kind of a tower like this basically. So there are different methods that you can look for. This method is neat because at the very top of the planter, when you put it all together, there is a reservoir up top for water. You actually just fill it up however often you need to be watering your plants, but you just put some water in and it will actually go from each level. I'll show you once I have it all stacked up. Each level has its own little reservoir to catch the water and then release it to each individual pocket, because there are 6 pockets around. So each pocket will have its own little water release, and so every single pocket gets the same amount of water released to it all throughout the whole tower. I'll probably put this on a time lapse while I'm putting soil in the pockets. Here we go. Okay, so I have now the bottom layer is full of soil. There's a line here that tells you where to fill the soil to. Some of my pockets are a little bit lower than that, but I'm also going to be bringing over some of my winter sown plants are going to be going in some of these pockets, and those are going to have their own soil that I'll kind of mix in with this. So by the time I finish, it will all be full to the top. But it also leaves room for me to add a little bit extra when I'm planting some of my plants. I will be just planting some seeds direct sown into this in some places. So since I wasn't exactly sure which pockets I'll be doing what, I left them a little bit lower, and I'll just fill in soil as I need to when I'm finished. So after you fill in the soil to all your pockets, you take the next little water reservoir and you're going to just stick it right on top here. There's a little circle that it kind of just pushes down in. And the soil should be right on top of the soil. And so I just take the next part and I set that. There are divots on the bottoms, and those are going to fit in perfectly with the pockets, so they're just going to line up pretty perfectly right there. So we're just going to make sure that's all lined up, and then we'll just keep filling up from there. Okay, so I am out of soil, so I'm going to have to run to the store and get some more soil, but they actually do sell 3 tiers, so I'll just finish up the video as if this was a 3-tier, and then I'll finish up my 5-tier planter later, and I'll show you another video or something, or pictures online. But for now, if this was a 3-tier, we'd be done. We've got the pockets filled up. Mostly I'm going to add some more soil later when I add my winter sown plants in here. But this would be what a 3-tier planter from Greenstalk looks like. Again, you can find planters like this other places. Doesn't have to be Greenstalk. Greenstalk is just a really good company. Has a ton of great reviews. A lot of people use Greenstalk and have really great success. I'm excited to try it because I've heard so many good things about it. So that is, you fill up the water here, and I'll go ahead and water this one just to show you guys. And you can put a hose in this. I'm on my deck right now. I don't have a water hose up here, and I just brought a bucket of water up, but I'm going to just fill this all the way up. It is already, the water's already going down into those pockets, so it does go down pretty quick. Now the reason I put it up here, things I'm going to be planting are things that I'm going to use a lot for dinners, like salads, herbs, different things like that. I'll have some fun things planted in here too, and I'll show you my seeds here in a minute and talk to you about what I'm going to be planting. Just going to put some of this in here. Okay, so now I've got the water filled to the top line basically, and you can see the water starting to flow out the bottom. If you don't want water flowing out onto something, they do make a little catcher at the bottom for Greenstalk. I just don't have it yet, but it catches any of that water, so it's not ruining whatever you're putting it on. For now, I'm going to just leave it on here. I'm going to eventually put something underneath it. So that is going to basically water your plants. Each pocket I can see is getting water. It's dripping down through each little pocket, so I can see that already happening right here. And watering each pocket. And again, I don't have anything planted yet, but I'm going to go ahead and plant seeds here in a few minutes, and it's nice to just already have soil that's wet, so that's good. And also, you want to keep your soil watered, because if there are living organisms in there that you want to keep alive. So if you let it dry out completely, they will die. Your soil doesn't have anything living in it to nourish your plants when you put them in. So it's good to go ahead and keep your soil watered as well. Let's sit down and I will go through my seeds and what I'm going to be planting in here. I really hope you guys can hear me. I have you sitting in like this little container so that my camera wouldn't shake. And I'm hoping it's not cutting off the microphone. So I apologize if the sound is bad. I'm working on getting some kind of stand or something to put my camera on. It doesn't have a tripod attachment or a tripod spot to attach it, but hopefully soon we'll have that issue resolved. But for now, I apologize if the sound is bad. Let's see. So in my Greenstalk here, I have a lot of winter sown jugs. I think I have shown you those in a different video. I posted some pictures on Facebook just to show some of that progress of like some lettuces that are growing, arugula, and just several different things that have already started sprouting. They're not ready yet to be transplanted, so I will eventually transplant those into my Greenstalk when they're ready. But I'm also going to be planting from seed. I've got this is some kale that I got actually from Greenstalk when they sent me my planter. They also included a free thing of seeds, which was really cool of them. In my experience, kale gets to be very large, so I was kind of surprised that but I mean, hey, if they say it grows in the Greenstalk, I may as well try it. And we'll have some kale that's up here close to my back door, really close to the kitchen, rather than going all the way down to the garden if I need it. I'm still going to grow kale in the garden, but it's nice to have something right out in my back door, so I can grab it if I'm in a pinch and I need something for dinner, to throw in some soup. We made a tortellini soup last night that we used spinach for, and I was already thinking, like, I can't wait until I have fresh kale or spinach to grow or to throw into my soups. I'm not sure about this one yet. I'm growing it for sure. I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to grow it up here in the Greenstalk or down just in the garden. My husband is a huge rhubarb pie fan. My mom is as well. And so he has been requesting for several seasons that I grow rhubarb. And it's been very hard to find seeds for rhubarb. You can find starts sometimes, but I have not had a lot of luck with finding rhubarb that I can grow. I finally tracked down some seeds, and my gardener had some Victoria rhubarb seeds. So I'm going to give these a try. I don't have a lot of experience with rhubarb, with how big it gets, so I am still not sure if this will grow well in a Greenstalk just because of the size issue with it. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. So if anyone's grown rhubarb and you feel like it's just way too big for a container, let me know, because I just don't know for sure. The next, while I'd love to grow for eating, I also want to grow for beauty, and this is something that can be for both. So I figured let's grow strawberry spinach. You can eat the leaves, the shoots of it can be steamed, put in salads. The berries actually can be put into salads as well, but they're also really good for making dye. And I am trying really hard to get our family away from artificial dyes for a lot of reasons. It can just really affect your behaviors, and we have a lot of kids, and the less things we have in our system that are affecting our behavior, the better. So especially red dye. Red dye is really awful to be putting into your body for a lot of reasons. But anyway, so this is a way for me to make red dye for our family. So hopefully this will be a fun little addition to the Greenstalk, because it'll be fun, bright colored things we can eat. And the leaves are good, the shoots are good, but also we can hopefully make some fun stuff with the dye as well. Next, I'm going to be growing some carrots, just some Yellowstone carrots and some Danvers carrots. I usually grow these in containers down in the garden. I use 5-gallon buckets, and I'm still going to do that. Our kids eat a ton of carrots, so I figured why not have some up close, so that way if we just want a quick snack, we can run out to the back porch and grab them, and not have to run down to the garden. Again, it's all about convenience. That's why I'm putting it up here. And just some spinach that I'll be growing. Again, just to have it up here convenient. There'll be more spinach down in the garden. This is my first year trying this. This is I'm not sure if it's pronounced machi or maj, but this is a machi corn salad. It's not corn at all, but it's basically kind of like a lettuce, a salad green. It's supposedly has a really great flavor. I saw this on My Gardener. I saw this a lot of different places recommended, so I figured, well, I'll try it this year. It has a lot of vitamin C and vitamin K, so I figured we'll give it a try. I always love a good salad, and why not add this to our salad mix this year. And then I also have, again, for some color up in here in the Greenstalk, I wanted to try some red-veined sorrel, or sorrel, however you guys pronounce it. Again, very rich in antioxidants and vitamins. You can use it in salads. It does overwinter pretty well, so I'm looking forward to that as well. I can overwinter it, hopefully. And then again, just in addition to our salads, to add some color to the Greenstalk, but also to our salad plates. This is called lettuce leaf basil. Again, just to have some basil up top, a little bit larger leaves. And then the last three things are for us to make some teas, but also just to have some pretty things in the Greenstalk, because again, I like pretty things. So echinacea, which is something that we can make teas with. It's also just really pretty, and it's also perennial, so I can hopefully keep it, overwinter it, and let it grow again next spring. And I'll give that a try here in the Greenstalk. I'm also going to grow it in the garden. German chamomile, again, for some teas, medicinal purposes, just to have that, and again, really cute little pretty flowers. The last seeds that I'm going to be planting, there are 30 pockets total. This is only probably, 10 pockets worth for seeds that I'm going to be planting, but I'm going to, again, be transplanting a lot of my winter sown plants into here. So it'll be full by the time I'm done with it. This last one is called, again, I apologize for the way it's pronounced. Everyone pronounces things differently anyway, so if I'm saying it wrong, oh no, I just lost a whole seed packet. And it's down in the yard. So I'm going to go grab that. I'll be right back. Before all my other seed packets flow away, I'm going to put them right here. Okay, I'll be back. Got it. Of course, it would fly off the deck and all the way across the yard with one big gust of wind. Anyway, like I was saying, everyone pronounces things differently, so if you pronounce this differently, that's okay. Whew, I'm out of breath after running down there. These are called, I believe, gomfrina, however you want to say that. But these are an atomic purple gomfrina. And again, just a pretty flower, but you can see on the picture here, you can use it to make it into teas, add some color, add some fun, the kids will love it, but then also we can use it for medicinal purposes. That is all I have for now. I don't know what time it is. I've got to take a kid to a dentist appointment soon, so I may have to wrap this up and do the planting later, so we'll see. I've got about 20 minutes before I have to leave to pick up a kid to take to the dentist. It's getting a little windy, so it's not supposed to rain for a little while longer still. Alright, 20 minutes. I'm doing it. We got at least a couple pockets that I can get done in that time. So, first thing we'll do is I'll get my markers ready, my plant markers. So, and I think I've shown this in another video, but if you ever have plant markers that you used last season and they're still in pretty good shape, I totally just take a darker marker and either write right on top of the wording that's already there, or just flip it around and write on the empty side and write on the back. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to reuse these because there's no reason to put them in the trash when they're perfectly good still. Okay, so let's look at this kale. Bates kale. One thing I forgot to say about these little brown envelopes is get yourself some friends who have seeds and do a little seed swap. My friend Lori and my friend Lori is over at Our Black Barn on YouTube, and they have a Facebook page as well. She's got a sweet little farm with animals and gardening, and she does a great job. Her and her husband and their kids, they all do a great job. So if you want to check out another YouTube channel, Our Black Barn, and I'll try to link that in the show notes. If you have friends who garden, it's a great way to get seeds that you don't have and also save money. When we were placing our orders for seeds this year, we decided, hey, why do we want to spend all this money on all these seeds if you're going to buy the same stuff I am, and we're not going to use all the seeds in one season, especially if it's lettuces and things like that. So we got together one night and we had a coffee and seed swapping date. She went through all my seeds, I went through all her seeds, and we just kind of took a little bit from each other and shared with each other. And so yeah, if you've got a friend who gardens, doesn't hurt to ask, just say, hey, I'll share some of mine if you want to get together and we can share seeds. So thank you, Lori. Shout out to her for being willing to do that. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time together and got lots of fun new seeds to try out. Oh, not losing any more seeds today. Alright, so I am going to wrap it up for now. I've got a few more plant markers I need to make, but it's getting a little windy and I've got to leave here in a few minutes anyway, so I probably won't have a ton of time to plant seeds right now, but I'll get some of those started later and I'll try to bring you along for more of a video as I finish up the rest of the Greenstalk, and I can't wait to show you the finished product.